Alright, what's going on everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film. You guys, and you can make sure thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like. Let's get right into today's video. And in today, I'm gonna be giving you guys a review of Disney Pixar's new movie, Elio. This is a new animated movie called Elio from Disney and Pixar. This is a movie that I believe was supposed to be out a year ago and got delayed. Correct me if I'm wrong, I can't remember. But I remember when they announced this movie, I was kind of interested in it. You know, it's a movie about space and aliens and all that. And I thought this concept was very interesting. And then I started watching the trailers, and I thought, okay, this movie actually looks interesting. Elio going on this adventure with this alien space adventure type movie, and it looked interesting. And I was like, okay, you know what? I should check it out. But the recent trailers and TV spots and everything just didn't. At the beginning, it did sell me. Was there interested in all that? But closer to this movie coming out, this movie did not feel like it had a lot of promotion. It did not feel a lot they were promoting this movie a lot. So the lack of promotion, I believe, how I've seen it, was there. But I'm always looking forward to watch original content Pixar movies. And I want them to succeed. I want them to do good, and hope for the best. I really enjoyed Elemental. That movie came out 2 years ago now, and I really had a great time with that. It's a love story between two different elements, right? Fire and water. So I really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Soul. I thought Soul was good. I wasn't a big fan of Onward, but I enjoyed Soul. I enjoyed Luca. The Luca was good. And Soul. I thought Soul was good as well. Enjoyable. Last year we got Inside Out 2, big movie last year, and I really did enjoy Inside Out 2. And so Pixar is back with original content this time around. Next year they're back with another sequel of Toy Story 5. But yeah, so this is Elio. And the movie is about an 11-year-old boy named Elio who mistakenly identifies as Earth ambassador of the Communiverse, an intergalactic organization. He must navigate a whole new role, form friendships with an alien life forms, and discover his own identity while facing challenges and adventures in space, which explores the themes of loneliness, belonging, and self-discovery. So that's basically what the movie is. The alien his name is Gordon. Is the alien that he becomes friends when he goes to space, and he goes up all these adventures. And I thought that was very cool. I really like the space adventure type aspects of Elio. The last time we had like a space type Pixar movie was Lightyear in 2022, I believe, was when it came out. And it wasn't that enjoyable. I wasn't that big fan of Lightyear. I understand why they made it. This was the movie that Andy saw to get him to toy of Buzz. But I kind of felt like that movie was way too late to the game. So them going back to this space themed for Elio, are they going to do it right this time with Elio? When they didn't do it right the first time with Lightyear, they're going to do it right again. And for the most part, I thought that this movie was enjoyable at some times. Like, I did like the adventures with Elio and Glordon. Um, they they were very uh, their chemistry together. They worked very very well. There was this bad guy. What's it? Lord Great Gridion, Gri, Grigon, Lord Grigon, I think was called. Um, he was a cool bad guy. He had all these typical bad guy, mastermind and all these plans and schemes that that he sent on, and Elio was there to fight to be with Glordon and protect them with all this, and so this villain kind of reminded me when I was watching this movie, watching Glorion, the villain. I had a lot of vibes of what's his name, Zurg from Toy Story. He was kind of very similar. And when I saw this movie, I was like, yo, this kind of Gordon kind of reminds me of Zurg from Toy Story, but Zurg from Lightyear. Zurg was, his human form. And so it kind of reminded me of that villain, of similarities with that. I thought that his family isn't, Elio's family was there and his mom and his dad. I would say that they were not in the movie a lot. It's they're in the movie at the beginning. The the young. It starts off when Elio, was young and now he got to space and all that. And so I like the part when his family was there. I thought that was very 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 wholesome and entertainable, right? I thought the movie was entertainable, um, in some parts, but overall, I kind of felt like something was missing from Elio that wasn't there. That was primarily the Pixar magic, like the Pixar, Pixar has this type of magic that they use that all the movies are lovable. That you love all those movies. People love those movies, love those characters, and want to see more. And I felt like the Pixar magic was not there with Elio. I thought Elio they could have done a way better job with Elio. They didn't sell me out this time around with Elio. They sold me with Soul. They sold me with Elemental, right? They sold me, you know what I mean? And so it kind of fell in the vibes of Onward, because Onward was a movie that was kind of hurt from the pandemic, was came out right when the uh, the lockdown happened, and I did not enjoy Onward as much as the other ones. I was kind of thought I was kind of a bit let down, and so I kind of felt that Ellie was in the same category as Onward, in that category of less enjoyable and did not have that Pixar magic. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think they did a bad job with Elio. I don't think it's terrible. No, I thought that some parts of the movie was enjoyable. I did love the space adventures with Elio and Glorion, Glordon, and I love those characters. I really enjoyed those characters together and those space adventures. Um, the bad guy, Gridion, was kind of like just a standard bad guy. Had similar vibes as Zurg for me, in my own opinion, and it kind of felt repetitive in the space type film because of Lightyear. We already had that with Lightyear, so I kind of felt like this theme of going on this space adventure type thing has already happened with Lightyear, but this is done differently. But just the concept has been there, has already been seen with Lightyear. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like they could have done at least something different that did not have similar vibes with Lightyear. To me, I kind of had similar vibes with Lightyear. And so this is just a movie that I just did not think from the beginning, kind of felt like that there's no confidence in this movie. You know what I mean? The trailers did not sell me into this movie. I did not get me invested to it. You know what I mean? So when I saw this movie coming out, I was kind of like, I did not know when this movie was coming out, how close how close this movie was coming out. You know what I mean? But it was enjoyable at its time and its moments. But the Pixar magic, the Pixar love was missing from this movie that was not there. That's all majority on all Pixar movies. You know, when you watch a Pixar movie, you know it's gonna be great. You know you having that mentality that it's gonna be great. It's gonna be an enjoyable movie. You're gonna love these characters and everything. And it kind of felt with Elio, it tried to do that, but it just missed the mark. You know what I mean? I thought Elio it's a great character, and I enjoyed the Elio character, but just all the other space characters, creatures, that they wanted you to love these characters, that there was none of that. I did not feel no love towards that. And so that's how I felt about Elio. So it was missing the Pixar magic, that love, the passion, you know what I mean? But overall, somewhat enjoyable. You know, it was an enjoyable movie. I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. It is enjoyable. It was just lacking that love that Pixar movies have, that majority of all of them have, that you go into them and you automatically fall in love with these characters, fall in love with the set pieces, fall in love with the movie. It was just missing that. So I kind of thought that they wanted it to be like that, but it did not end up being like that. So I don't know. Like, this is movie. I don't think that this movie should need a sequel. You know, I think this is just a movie on its own that worked very well on its own, that has some minor problems. But I don't think that it should spawn a franchise. You know what I mean? But obviously the kids are gonna love this movie. A lot of kids are gonna enjoy this movie. Obviously, you know, kids love all this stuff. They don't really see all that mistakes or stuff that grown-ups don't like. Kids love anything, right? So of course the kids are gonna love this movie. But I think if you're an ongoing Pixar fan for so many years, you might come out a bit disappointed, maybe lackluster. You know what I mean? That's how I felt for me. I wanted to enjoy this movie. I wanted to love it, but it was just the Pixar magic was missing. You know what I mean? Pixar has this magic that they use to make people love their movies, and that was missing. And I wanted to enjoy Elio, really wanted to enjoy this movie, really wanted to love it, and it was just not there. You know what I mean? But it did have its moments, and it had enjoyable moments. But overall, it was just not the movie that it was thing that not only was that movie, but the marketing for me did not sell me out for this movie. Did not get me. I do not know. I was just, the marketing did not sell this movie for me. You know what I mean? It sounded like it was gonna be this fun space adventure with Elio going on these space adventures and all that. It looked like it was gonna be like that, but when I watched the movie, it did not sell me. It was not like that for me. So I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be enjoyable, and it wasn't for me. And so it's kind of disappointed for me, you know what I mean, with this. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Elio, or if you guys want to watch Elio, and your thoughts on that movie, or thoughts on what you guys think about the trailers and all that. Are you gonna go watch it? Was enjoyable moment. But that's how I felt about Elio. I wanted to enjoy it, but it had its moments, you know what I mean? But it just wasn't there. The Pixar magic was not there. So yeah, that's my review for Elio. You know what I mean? New original content idea for Pixar, and I really enjoyed it that doing original content. You know, a lot of people complain that doing sequels all the time. I love that they're mixing original content with 1 year original content, 1 year um, sequel, and I really like that they're doing that because you know a couple years it was just sequels, or original content, original content, original content, original content. So I really like how they're doing original content, sequels, original content, sequels. I really do like that, and so yeah, that's how I felt, you know what I mean, about this. Next year's Toy Story 5. And the next couple of years going with Incredibles 3, which I'm looking for both movies. You know what I mean? I think next year there's going to be a Pixar movie coming out. Next year in March, I believe it's called um uh start with an H, something to do with a beaver, a girl switching minds with a beaver. Uh I can't remember the name of it right now. It starts with an H. I remember it does. Uh, I can't. Uh, I can't remember the top of his name. But anyway, I think you guys know which I'm talking about. It starts with an H. It's about beavers. Some girl changing minds with a beaver, or something like that. It comes out next year, I believe in June or March of next year, before Toy Story. So I think comes out in March. Then Toy Story 5 comes out in June. So yeah, 2 Pixar movies next year, original content and a sequel. So we have to wait and see how that one turns out. I understand the concept in it and see how that movie turns out. But overall, I wanted to enjoy Elio. I did not enjoy it. You know what I mean? The Pixar magic was missing. The Pixar love was missing from this movie. And overall, decent movie, but like I said, just came out disappointed. If you guys make it, make sure thumbs up, subscribe, because like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.